not going to burn alive.
That just got hit on the street. Hey, everybody. She's going to burn alive. So, welcome to Whiskey, Magic, and Distraction, where our party as, well, a party. We're in Waterdeep. So, the question that's already popped up from our tech goblin is, how are they not in the sewers yet? And among many other things. Yeah, we know. There's lots of things that happen, but let's kind of review a little bit now that you've gotten back into Waterdeep and Luciano took off to gonna go handle his own business. You guys decided to start doing some things. So, what do you guys remember from last week? Not everybody at once now.
According to my not complete memory, Rafe and Sim visited the I guess technically it's the group temple, but they were visiting a priest of Sehanine Moonbow in order to have a divinated conversation with Garlo, who
Speak with
managed
dead.
managed to convey to them that he's not having a great time and would like to come home.
Is
then
that
they
what he
went
said?
to, well, not in so many words because you can't actually ask that kind of thing, but the sum total of the questions asked and answered felt that way. And they went to the City of the Dead to speak to the Kelmborites about an appropriate way or place and method to hold a resurrection ceremony, and were introduced to an older Kelmborite named Old Sam, who has agreed to assist in standing vigil for the ceremony. And then there's some other things that happened that don't relate to Rafe, and thus aren't in my
Tim, what do
notes.
you remember?
Whomst?
Who
Who were you asking?
Sim.
Oh, me? I don't remember nothing.
I wasn't there. Nobody saw me. You can't prove it anyway.
There's no witnesses. It's fine. I'm just trying to think anything else on top of that. I know Sim's really excited to get her big good buddy back, and that at the temple place had a kind of a talk, kind of an ignoring of someone who's trying to get my attention because of the goddess, whatever. It's no big deal. My family's in town. Also ignoring that. I'm doing a lot of ignoring currently.
Your family's in town?
Well, possibly. People who share heritage with me is in town, and they're doing diplomacy stuff, and it's also sounding like it's going sideways or causing a ruckus. I don't know. I'm busy ignoring it, so that's what I remember.
Okay.
Turja confronted Ren about his relationship with her sister that the other members of the party don't know about yet. They plotted to get back at Grey Castle for murdering her sister. She went to scout out Grey Castle's courier to plant the document, but
did something else happen long before that, though?
Like what?
You got put to sleep.
Yes.
Okay, so it was, it was the opposite of mastic and bean juice got slipped to you because you started getting snappy, right?
Well, I suppose we all have to let people indulge their insecurities occasionally.
Okay.
Yeah. After that, she went to see her buddy Esvel, since Esvel sent her a message when she came into town. And then on the way back from Esvel, somebody decided to throw a fireball at her carriage.
What?
Yeah. It must have been...
What happened with Esvel?
She talked to her about robbing a vault.
Oh. And what was the purpose of robbing the vault?
To get diamonds.
Okay. Well, all right. And then you started walking home?
The guards felt so bad about a noble actually walking on her own 2 feet that they called a carriage for me.
Okay.
Yeah. She decided to be nice to them and accept, and look where her kindness got her.
Oh. That'll show you.
Yeah. Next time, be a jerk. Got it.
So, where we left off. Can I get crackling music, please? more crackling, really loud crackling.
Thanks, Reed.
Turja, you're out.
I'm out what?
You're unconscious.
What? Why?
Everything is burning around you.
Excuse me, why am I unconscious?
A fireball impacting the chariot at high speed at a very high level cast. So, Sim, Rafe, you hear the explosion. You hear shouts and hollering. You hear the whistles of the city watch, and you see everybody running towards what looks to be smoke rising from the source of the sound that echoed through the alleyways and streets of Waterdeep. It's in the North Ward.
I waved down somebody. Is this normal? Is this a normal event during winter here?
No.
Oh, okay. Then
Proceeds to start moving away from that area.
Perhaps we should go investigate. If it's not normal, it's probably related to someone we know.
Yeah, honestly, that's probably really smart. It tends to happen around people we know. Okay, yeah, let's go.
So yeah, we will begin, I guess, moving against the crowd in this case, towards the North Ward and explosion.
City Watcher running down the streets. Traffic is obviously snarled further up ahead. You're hearing a variety of shouts and hollers and buckets being pulled out. People are riding up on horses as quickly as possible. You're hearing whispers. A noble has been assassinated.
Are we sure?
It was a noble's carriage. I saw it myself.
Well, that rules out someone we know. So, do we continue?
Absolutely. Within minutes of rushing up, you're there. You see a variety of City Watch keeping the crowds back. You see various different members, as well as deputized members of the community, moving buckets over there, and wizards now attempting to cast water spells to dump as much water as possible on it. Out of the side of the carriage, you see a body slumped over from the broken chassis, and then the burned, crispy bodies of the driver and coachman. Unmistakable look of... Were you wearing your cloak, Turja?
Yes.
An unburned cloak remains, and it is the cloak of your friend Turja over a crispified body, slumped out of part of what's left of a door.
Shoot.
Oh,
Okay. I'll just go ahead and rush on over. That looks really bad, and we're not gonna leave Turja there. So we'll go ahead and hop, skip, and try to pull her body out.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Someone very important. Now move.
I'm sorry. City Watch business.
You should be sorry. Move. Try to shoulder check and get in.
Okay. You shoulder check him. He, ass over tea kettle, falls down over the curb, and you start yanking the absolutely horrifically burned body. The only things that are not burned to a crisp are the magic items that she was carrying at the time.
I go ahead and cast a Cure Wounds on that. See if that helps at all.
Nothing happens.
No! Oh, this is really bad, Rafe! This is really bad.
Well, I mean, it's only mostly bad. We have a body.
Yeah, but like, she's crispy. She doesn't like being crispy, I don't think.
Excuse me, who are you? How do you know these people? It's a person with a notepad and pen.
Ignore.
At that point, we switch off. Clear the crisp. I need quiet. Turja, one moment your world explodes in orange and then it goes black. Suddenly, air enters your lungs. Your eyes open. The room is bathed in a light blue light. You look around. You're in an extremely fine dress on a bed. The room is chilled. You hear a ding, 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 ding. The room is nice, but small. There's a pitcher and a glass next to your bed. There are nice shoes on the ground for you to slip into that are just your size. The door opens to the room. Oh, hello there. I got the notification. How you feeling?
Well, where am I?
Well, you don't know where you are?
No? Do I recognize this person? Who is it?
No idea who this guy is.
Who are you? What am I doing here?
I'm Bartimus. It's a pleasure. Your father paid a healthy sum to ensure that you and your brother would be made whole in the event something was to happen to you.
Happen? What happened?
Well, I don't rightly know. But here you are, so something pretty bad must have happened.
Did I die?
Well, you're here, so yeah,
What?
probably.
Where is here? Where am I?
Well, you're here.
I stand up and I go over and I roll over and I grab him by the collar. Where am I?
Well, first of all, it would be much easier to talk to you if you weren't grabbing my collar so tightly.
I let go and almost shake my hand like it's been burned and talk now.
This is usually harder for the people who happen to do this for the first time. You're in Bartimus Tower, home of Bartimus Secondary Services, and of course, well, we make sure that contingency is there. So we're part of casualty and contingency. You pay a sum, and we ensure that there are clones available for this one. Now that you've been reanimated, we keep a small room for you, at least for a day, so you can get your stuff about you. Your father left you a chest right there. You have your clothing, and I'll send him an invoice, and if he wishes, he can set up another one for you. It's just fine, really.
And when did my father make these arrangements?
Oh, golly gee, just a few about a year or two ago.
But
not long after he lost one of his children. He said he didn't want to lose another one.
My father doesn't care whether I live or die. Don't be ridiculous.
Well, when he came in, he seemed to be awfully distraught.
What's his name?
Your father?
Yes. I know it. What I want to know is whether you know it.
I mean, we can get into the details, but it's definitely your father. You're definitely...
No, give me his name now. If it's definitely my father, it shouldn't be any trouble for you.
I'm starting to wonder if maybe... And he turns on a light, starts shining it into your eyes with magic. He's like, are you sure you know your name?
Maybe I don't want to give you that information. I don't know you.
I mean, that is fair. That is absolutely fair. We certainly do understand when someone has challenges like you do.
Yes, what I don't understand is why you're stalling. What is my father's name? It's a simple question.
I can go get the paperwork to prove it to you if that would help you.
I'll come with you.
All right. I didn't know the ironworks were such a pain in the ass. Jesus. All right, this way, this way.
I take the shoes with me, just in case.
Mm-hmm. But don't forget the chest.
And that, and that.
No, you're not going to carry that, are you?
Well, I open the chest and look inside. What do I see?
And there's a few more sets of nice clothes, a coin purse that looks to be a little bit heavy, a fine dagger that would be customary for a lady to carry, more ornamental than not, but very effective if need be for a would-be suitor who just can't take no for an answer. A couple other tokens and a signet ring.
Okay. I take everything and put it on.
All right. This way, this way. He takes you out to the what appears to be a back room. Pulls open a file cabinet. Let's see here. Ironwork. Let's see here. Which one of you is it? Checking this. Yes. Ah, there we go. Here you go. Alendor filled it out himself. There you go. Take a look.
Aldenor.
Aldenor. Sorry, I mispronounced it.
I look through the paperwork. Do I see anything particularly noteworthy?
I mean, a sizable sum of money was used to form your clone. There's some materials that were exchanged. There's an NDA for absolute secrecy. No noble wants to be known to be backed up. And a few other lightweight, customary contractory obligations for the, reanimation and cloning services.
I decide to trip up over this whole cloning aspect and go crazy over that on my own time. Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you're the real one. The clone is what burned up. Or died.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, where are we? You've never said that.
You're in Bartimus Tower.
Where is Bartimus's tower?
It's here.
And where is here?
Oh, do you mean like outside, like what town we're in?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's the good news. You're in Waterdeep.
Have I ever heard of Bartimus's tower?
No.
Okay. Am I in the North Ward, the Castle Ward, the Dark Ward, the South Ward? Come along, narrow the field a little.
The tower is in the North Ward. And in the South Ward. And in the Sea Ward.
I was in the Sea Ward. How did you switch me?
Well, that's the way it works.
Magic teleportation spell?
No, it's the cloning spell.
All right.
When the clone runs out, you come back to this.
When the clone runs out?
Mm-hmm.
How long was the clone running?
Quite a while.
Define quite a while.
How old are you now?
23 and a half.
Well, since you're at least 21?
So, if the clone's been running around for 2.5 years, how come I remember everything the clone remembers?
Because we make sure it does.
Why the clone? What's wrong with me running around?
Well, you died, and now you're not. And
Oh.
you remember everything because that's how magic works. The spell would suck if it didn't.
Yes, I suppose. This is very, very strange. How do I get out of
Tell
here?
me something.
I need to get
Tell
out
me
of
something.
here. I had things to
Did
do.
you ever have any memories that didn't quite fit what you remember versus what you remember?
Yes.
Hmm.
How did you know?
Wonder how that happened.
How did you know?
It happens to everybody when they're a clone.
So what?
Little
what-
bits here and there. When something doesn't quite mesh, you know. You're a copy of the original. Where do you think deja vu comes from?
I need to get out of here. I need to get. Where is the door? Get me out of here. Get me out of here
Okay.
now.
Whoa, 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 whoa. We can't send you out in a tizzy. One, it would make a scene, and two, one of the benefits of being here is that you can have a subtle re-entry back into the city, and no one will know where you came from or where you were, so they can't come kill your original body or your clone later. Because we have both clones here and originals. It just depends on what someone wants to do.
You're implying I should sneak around the city and pretend I died for a little while.
Well, something. You just died. I don't know the cause, do you? What do you remember before you woke up here?
I was at.
Were you swimming? Perhaps drinking too much?
No!
Contest of skill?
It was 10 in the morning. Don't be absurd.
Nobles do weird shit at 10 in the morning. I see it all the time. I had one dude
Never
reanimate
mind.
3 times just this week.
I went to visit a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Guards called a carriage to take me back to my place of residence.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the carriage, and then there was a loud noise, and then I was here.
Well, sounds like an accident.
I'm sure.
But with nobles, you can never tell.
It was not an accident. It could not have been an accident.
Pish posh, accidents happen all the time. Now, you got your wits about you?
Well, if I start yelling at you again, you'll probably say no. So sure, certainly, whatever you like.
That's the spirit. That's what we're looking for. Controlled chaos. Or at least the semblance of it. Now, where do you want to exit? North Ward, South Ward, Castle Ward, your choice.
Castle Ward, for now.
Castle Ward it is. Just go through that door right there in the middle. The one with the castle symbol on it.
Ah. I shrug. Do I?
Oh, wait.
Cloak of some kind?
You have a fine cloak.
It's
One
not my old
befitting
magic
looks.
cloak, is it?
Huh?
It's not my old magic cloak, is it?
No.
Meanies. So I cast a spell on myself to just make myself look like some nondescript person. Plain clothes, plain cloak, sort of dull brown hair,
A student of the
brown
art.
eyes.
How delightful. I didn't know.
Keep it to yourself.
My lips are sealed. Your secret is safe with me. So we'll be sending an invoice to your father. Is there anything else we can do for you on your way out? No, best of luck. Door's there.
God. I think about asking him more about Aldenor, but I just don't think there's going to be more information there. So I just shrug, I turn and walk out.
You walk out the door. You walk out, and you walk right outside a wall in a nondescript alley just off the street in the castle ward.
I start retracing my route to see where my carriage. My carriage would have started at Esvels and it would have ended at WMD. So I go to Esvels first, and then I take the route my carriage would have taken to see if I can figure out where it was.
Stepping out of the alley onto the main road, you see people moving back and forth along the main route. Moving further forward toward the market, you move up, and you start seeing smoke in the air and everything else, and bells going, but it looks like the smoke is dying out. At that point, you move up to Esvels, but in passing, you pass by a burning carriage 2 streets over, seeing it on the corner. Do you wish to go all the way to Esvels, or are you going to make a right-hand turn immediately and head toward that way?
Head toward the burning carriage. That looks awfully suspicious.
As you head towards it, Rafe and Sim, look, I don't know who you are, but this is a murder scene. Put the body down.
Oh, okay, all right, hang on, just
Noble
1 second.
attack.
And like trying to undo the cloak. It's fine. I knew this corpse. It's fine.
And who is this person that you say it is?
Terja. What's her last name?
Nighthawk? Terja Nighthawk?
Yeah, no, Terja Nighthawk. That's definitely probably who it is.
Mm.
Seems like her stuff anyways. As I continue to try and take off the not crispy bits.
I need help restraining this person!
Do it, I dare you!
You see one of the watchmen look at the other watchman. I don't know if she's crazy or if she's telling the truth. I think she's crazy. I think she's telling the truth. I'm telling you, she's crazy.
One of you tells the truth. I'm not sure who it is, but I'm going to keep taking care of this.
I think she's telling the truth. And you see a bigger one come up and goes, I think she's crazy and she's telling the truth.
Gets it.
Miss, can you really stop for a moment? If that is your friend, I promise you, you will have access to her body and her belongings.
Okay. Maybe, but okay.
Now, first thing, don't talk to reporters. You see another guy being hauled off with a notepad and pen again. Second off, who is the person that you're trying to help by removing their clothing from them?
Not all of it, just like the good stuff.
Terja
How very
Nighthawk.
adventurer of you.
He said it.
What did he say?
Terja Nighthawk.
Terja Nighthawk. And she's a, what is she doing?
Burning, clearly.
In a noble's carriage?
I think
The
that
Rose
answers.
Knolls?
It's possible she was doing a job interview. She could have been meeting with someone. I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
I see. Right. And, let's say we believe you for a brief moment. Make a persuasion check. Sim,
Uh-huh.
you are allowed to add inspiration to your roll only because you have sufficiently played crazy enough. That I believe both truth and crazy have been exhibited at the same time.
Question. Was Sahir's journal on
You're not
Terja's
there.
corpse?
You're unconscious in another
No,
in
I'm
that
not.
body. You're walking towards it. You're not seeing this yet.
This question has nothing to do with that.
Then no. So anyway,
Can I use intimidation since I am not necessarily trying to persuade? I'm just trying to get them to back off.
you can make that attempt, but I will tell you, the City Watch knows that they can just keep blowing the whistle and keep bringing in more and more.
All right, I will do persuasion.
I mean, if you feel like playing Fireball against the City Watch, I mean, you can do that, and you will win briefly.
Briefly.
But then,
It's the whole jail thing.
escalation occurs.
All right, persuasion it is. Maybe. What we said we had inspiration, so we'll roll with
Yes.
another one.
Mhm.
That's better.
A 21. Okay. All right. I believe you. But that's a Rosenau carriage. So you're gonna bear with us if we're gonna ask you, what are you gonna do with that body? And Turja, you've walked up right behind all this, and you're seeing her like tugging on this thing at the carriage that was you. And you're in really nice clothes, looking completely different than you were before.
So the really nice clothes were an illusion, but wouldn't that have like fallen? No, this
Oh,
is
you,
right.
excuse me. You were in really plain clothes with your
Ah.
illusion. So it's up to you if it's fallen or not.
No, Turja's body, the corpse. The corpse would be in plain clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just checking. So what I wanted to know was, did Turja have Sahir's journal on her when she died?
No.
Okay. In that case, I merely, let's see. I use minor illusion to whisper in both of their ears, in Cimmerine's ear, get my things.
Looking down at the body. I'm trying!
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, she may be talking to, well, the dead person.
See? I told you she was crazy. Yeah, I know, man. I know.
But, no. Speaking with the dead is a very common spell.
Yeah, but first she's got to cast it, and she didn't do that.
I wouldn't be so sure.
I wouldn't be so sure either. So, anyway, look, miss, where are you staying? Where do you live? And you too, sir.
They're asking a whole lot of
Um,
questions.
Well,
you can-
that's what we do as investigators.
You can find us at the Happy Axe Peak.
The Happy Axe Peak. So we go inquiring, you live at a bar.
No. But the barman will be able to reach us.
Right. And what's your names?
Poor Cimmerine hates answering this question so much.
I know. I'm sorry, why the hesitation?
I'm waiting to see what she says.
I'm sorry, what? What's your name, sir?
Rafe.
Thank you, Rafe. Playing it safe, are you?
Well, I'm curious to see what she says because every time she's been asked this question, the answer has been not different, but interesting.
Sly. My name's Sly.
Sly. So if
Yeah.
I ask for Rafe and Sly,
Yeah.
make a deception check, Sly.
26.
So if I ask for Rafe and Sly, I'm gonna get both of you two.
You'll absolutely get Rafe and Sly for sure.
Well, I believe you, miss, but I'm not so sure about your friend there. So, all right. And, do I need to call grave services for the body, or are you going to take care of that?
Oh, I can handle the burial. I have friends in the City of the Dead.
All right, Padre. Fair enough. We're going to come looking for you. But before you do that, can we take a look at the body ourselves, please?
Yeah, I just don't take anything.
We certainly wouldn't unless it was evidence. And you pull out the body, they help you with it. They're ginger with it too. It is crisped, charred, except for the magic items that were on her body. Cloak of Elven Kind.
Magic coin purse of holding.
The magic coin purse of
Arcane
holding.
crossbow.
Did you have your crossbow on you?
Oh,
I don't
actually,
think
yeah,
you
you're
did.
right.
You
It
only had
wasn't
your
on me.
dagger
That's
on
right
you.
now. That's true. I forgot.
And the dagger is not destroyed, but it is certainly charred.
Hmm. It was an ordinary dagger. I'm not too choked up about it.
Turja, your arm begins to burn. Where
What?
your tattoo was before, your tattoo now appears on your new
Oh.
body. Sometimes it takes a while to catch up. Well, I'm not seeing anything here that says I'm a danger or I was a threat. I see no messages. I see no books. Your friend just was in the wrong place at the wrong time, probably, huh? Servant of the Rosnar family, maybe?
Well, like I said, she may have been doing a job. Wrong place, wrong time definitely sounds like her, though.
Well, we
Thanks.
gotta wonder if people are out there trying to off nobles or that your friend is actually up to something.
She doesn't
I'm
seem
going to
the
be honest
type.
with you. It could be both.
Duly noted, thank you very much. So that was Turja Nighthawk. And where did Turja live?
Oh, well, that's a good question. She had of late been residing with us in the place that you'll be able to find if you go to the Happy Axe Peak and ask for me.
Right. So she lived at the Happy Axe Peak with you, or at least where they can find you at the Happy Axe Peak. Let me be honest, I'm not really feeling keen about going to find you at a bar.
Well, the only other place you could find us is a very private residence, and you would not be able to get through the door.
Well, if we just rang the doorbell and acted nice like.
Then he would be extra suspicious of you. I'm dreadfully sorry. He's a man who has his reasons, but his reasons are not necessarily agreeable with letting strangers, even the watch, in.
Yeah, well, we did that. All right. You may take your friend's body and bury it as you see fit, but keep track of where that goes. Should we need it
Certainly.
later. All right. You got the inventory?
I got the inventory. I still think she's crazy.
All right. Well, good. Duly noted. And off you go.
Okay, so do we really have to bury her, or like, is that expensive, or?
No, it's not that expensive, especially if it comes out of her money.
All right.
But I don't think we're going to have to bury her. Although
I mean, we owe
we're
her at
gonna
least a
have to find
burial.
another priest, one who can resurrect her.
Turja, what
Wait.
are you doing?
I am going to look around the scene to see if there are any clues about who might have thrown that fireball.
None. You see reporters looking left and right. You see people talking in the streets. One moment that everything was fine. The next moment, a fireball came hurtling into the side of the carriage at full speed. You take a look at the carriage and you're like wondering how there was even much left of your body, because the top half is obliterated for the most part. The horses are probably the only thing that's still not completely charred, but let me tell you, there's a smell.
You had to kill the horses too, didn't you, Reed?
I didn't kill him. Whoever threw the fireball did. Don't blame the DM for good story.
Yeah. You could have left the horses alone.
I
Let me
could've-
get this. The murderers could
I
have left
could have
the
not had a
horses
clone
alone.
there too. I mean, that's just the DM's fiat there. I just sorry. Yeah. Now, what are you doing, Turja, while your friends are actually like? How are you carrying this body, by the way?
Well, I'm,
Wait, are you holding it by the cloak and just like one on one end, one on the other, and just
Are
like
you dragging? Are my feet dragging in the snow?
If it's just Sim, it's just like under the arm, backwards walking.
kind of
I
smells?
feel like at some point I would just grab the body and throw it over her shoulder. I am tall enough that Tertia's head won't drag on the ground.
I appreciate that.
I will say that a finger falls off
Oh,
randomly at one point.
that was
It's
her
fine.
favorite
Sim picks it up.
finger.
It's pretty crisp. Where are you taking it?
Oh, for now we're taking it back to WMD.
Subtle. I like it. All right.
I mean, not
So you take it.
not directly with the watch following us. That would be crazy.
Okay.
Do
Yeah.
that.
Make a stealth check to try
Dragging
to
a
make sure you
corpse
ditch
through the North Ward of Waterdeep.
the two of
That's
you
not
are walking
conspicuous.
as subtly as you can, carrying a dead body through the major city streets of Waterdeep to avoid
I
the
mean-
watch.
Technically, I could just drop it in the bag of holding, but that would be even more sus.
Would it?
How does an 11 do?
An 11's a number. That's a number.
That's why I'm not putting it in the bag of... Yeah. Imagine if he just turned around, threw the body in the bag of holding, and walked off. They would be like, he's a necromancer.
A shoe falls off. Sim picks it up. There's a foot in it.
Oh, gross.
You know, you guys make it to WMD. You hold the bell. The door opens. Oh, I see. Oh, what happened?
Fireball? Carriage explosion? Something like that.
Well, get inside. Get inside. Do you have all
Here,
the
hold
parts?
this.
That's it.
We have most of the parts.
Just like in the thing.
Get inside. Click. Close the door. You guys stumble up the stairs. Not the kitchen.
No. Do you have a
Office.
carpet that you are willing to get rid of?
We have almost every carpet in here. If we got a
Well, then let's go ahead and use one of them for packaging so we don't lose any more.
just do it right here. Drops in the foyer right in front of where the conference room is that you guys have used before.
Yep.
Turja, what are you doing at this time?
I am heading for the Temple of Ogma.
Okay. In your finery, but hidden away. It's going to require another casting of an illusionary spell to hide it.
Casting another illusion spell to hide it. Why?
Disguise self lasts for how long?
An hour. Okay, I didn't realize we'd been going on that long. I cast Disguise Self one more time, and I head to the Temple of Ogma.
Okay. You make it to the Temple of Ogma. While your friends are stripping your body for all it's worth.
Uh-huh. Better
You
get those
stroll
things back,
right
by
up.
the way.
You are dressed to the how you're still dressed in plain clothes.
Yes, just very as nondescript as possible.
Isn't it interesting how your spells have flipped, going from making plain clothes look fancy to fancy clothes looking plain? You stroll right up. Yes, can I help you, miss?
I need to see the head priest. It's urgent.
Well, I'm afraid he's quite busy unless you have an appointment or you can show a reason why he would break his schedule to see you.
I say it's about your missing man, Sahir.
I see. One moment. Follow me. And he walks you down a few hallways, through a few doors, and into an antechamber. Just wait here, please. Who should I say is calling on him?
Just tell him Turja.
Oh. Okay, fair enough. Then he walks off. A few moments later.
Actually,
Some
can I
doors
retcon
open.
that? Can I just say, just tell him it's about Sahir?
Sure. It's back
Thanks.
to you. Fair enough. A few moments later, Some doors open. Miss, please come in.
I
You
follow
step
him
into a large room. It's a room you've been in before. Standing there is the high priest, apparently an acolyte that works as his adjutant, and the person who just invited you in. He waves to the person who just invited you in. Please step outside. Close the door behind you. Yes, Your Holy. Most knowledgeable. And then steps out and closes the door. Miss, you say you have some information about someone important to us.
Yes, I don't drop the disguise and I say it's your eavesdropping thing. Can you turn it on, please? Please. It's Turja. Turja Nighthawk, Sahir student. I'm wearing a disguise spell. I'm dead.
What do you mean you're dead? You don't have a smell about you that the dead usually do. I mean, we've been around bodies before.
My carriage, it just got exploded. Fireball. I literally watched my own corpse get carried off. It was an exceedingly strange experience.
So how are you here now?
Apparently my father put some insurance in, and don't make me think about this too hard. I might start gibbering. I show him my signet ring. My real name is Ironwalk. I never mentioned it to you, well, Sahir knew, but it was no one else's business.
Wait, you're an Ironwalk?
Lady Turja Ironwalk, second daughter of Lord Aldenor Ironwalk of Waterdeep, at your service, sir.
He leans over and looks at the adjutant.
Wait, he left.
Yeah.
He left. The adjutant left.
No, that was the person who invited you in.
You told him to get out.
No, he told the person who invited you in to get out. The adjutant was still standing there.
I didn't know there was an adjutant there. You didn't say that.
He looks at the adjutant and he says, I need you to get out. Yes, sir. And I need you to not have this knowledge. Yes, sir. And he steps out. And as he's stepping out, he goes, no. Leave the scribe. Yes, sir. And he puts the scribe down where he wrote down everything that was being said. He steps out. The door closes.
You trust him, right?
Not really, but more so than most. Or I would have already had him removed. Anyway, look, Lady Ironwalk, you have us at a disadvantage. We did not know who you were, and Sahir certainly didn't tell us, and I'm assuming for very good reason.
Well, I'm sure you had the scandal 3 years ago.
The death of your sister, among other things, yes. The fact is who else knows you're alive if someone just tried to... You.
You. And your scribe, who you didn't dismiss.
My adjutant.
Your adjutant. My apologies.
Yeah, he left the paper.
You can burn that if you want to. Well, your choice.
I think I will. Anyway, so I'm the only one.
Yep.
Excellent. What's your
Unless,
next
of course,
move?
you're the one who just tried to kill me, in which case, maybe not.
I'm not in the habit of casting fireball in a public space in broad daylight. That being said, what's your next move?
Well, aside from needing to know where Sahir is, we now need to know who wanted to kill me. And why.
Well, a few things. One, our agents already reported that the carriage had blown up, but it was a Rosnov carriage.
Indeed.
So, how do you know you were the target versus the Rosnov family?
Well, I just sort of assumed this had to do with Sahir's disappearance, so why would anyone want to target a member of the Rosnov family? What have they done?
Need I remind you your history of the Rosnov family?
What have they done that didn't occur a century ago?
Okay, good point. Century ago, they were into slavery and some other bad things, but now the current family, not so much. But
We hope.
they've made a positive name for themselves lately. So, but nonetheless, nobles piss off nobles and piss off other countries on a daily basis. I mean, there's any number of people who might take a pot shot. Well, perhaps they killed you to send a message to the Rosenau family, and you were just an innocent bystander.
I won't knock the simple possibilities off the list, but given that they've already kidnapped a priest of this temple, and now they've tried to, now that a fatal accident has occurred to the person investigating that disappearance, do you honestly want to take the bet that these aren't related?
No, I don't want to take the bet.
Oh.
But I have to explore the
Didn't hear it.
possibility. That's what knowledge is all about.
Well, I can disguise myself for short periods, but I don't have the ability to cast a spell for more than a few hours at a time. I don't think it's wise to necessarily reveal that I survived my own demise just yet.
I have to know, how did you survive?
Apparently my
Word was
father-
on the street that you were crispified, or the person in the carriage was, and if that was you, you don't smell like bacon.
Apparently my father hates me less than I'd assumed. Either that or he simply didn't want my brother Rengar to be sole heir to the family.
Switching back to Rafe and Sim. The cloak is really on there. I mean, it's kind of, the fat on the body and everything kind of wrapped around as it sizzled. It's kind of, it's still shiny underneath there, but sticky as you pull it out. It's kind of, I'm going to need you guys to make a strength check.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep. You get that cloak right off, but the head comes with it.
I think what's happening, right? Pulling on it.
It's disgusting.
Great.
Oh.
I'm just saying. So she's gone, and that's like really unfortunate. And
Oh, this is.
I'm just saying,
Hey.
what if we get Garlo back, and then we don't have to worry about like anything else that's. Oh god, I held it. Anything else that's going on? We can just go and do literally anything else.
I feel like the basic premise of being an adventuring party is that if you die, the rest of the party will work to bring you back.
We're sold on that one, huh?
I mean, it is essentially what we were doing for Garlo.
Yeah, fine. We're not using the scroll though. That's already Garlo's.
Oh, no, we have most of the body, so we don't need the scroll.
Okay. We got most of it? Okay. All right. Do you want me to go back and find the other pieces, or?
Well,
All the pieces you have.
Oh, okay.
The
Was
finger,
Sim, like,
the foot.
following after Rafe, picking up pieces as they
Oh,
fell?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, so we need to talk to one of your people. Again. So now we have to tell them we have 2 dead friends. Are they gonna start getting suspicious about us?
yes, but that's not really important.
Okay. Start patting her down for anything else.
The dagger comes
as
off.
an
but
aside,
the
Reed.
coin purse is found almost immediately. And that,
Yeah.
shakes off the pelvis. When it shakes off, it shakes off the pelvis of the body. It doesn't make the pelvis fall off the body. But you pull it off, some skin comes with it. It's pretty disgusting.
Of course.
But you've got the belt and the coin purse, and that coin purse is like amazing. You're like, wow, look at all this. I've never seen this coin purse before. It's so fancy with all these little like symbols on it.
These symbols mean anything to you?
I take a look. Do these symbols mean anything to me?
Dwarvish numbers and symbols for various different coin types, like by.
Well, I do speak Dwarvish.
Yep. So you see a variety of symbols there that represent gold, silver, copper, platinum, various coin
That's
types.
Dwarvish for gold, and that's silver, and that's I think that's Electrum.
It's an old symbol.
And what's that?
It's a very old symbol, Electrum.
Yeah.
So it's literally a money bag. They just were like, hey, in case anyone was curious, there's money in this.
Well, there's also some numbers. Could be values. Maybe it tells you how much gold there's in there.
Let's find
It
out.
does. It does. How much gold is in there, Turgid?
Quite a bit. Whatever the original amount was when I stole it from Chet and Roderick.
That would have been a few thousand.
Well, then there's a few thousand in there because I never touched that thing. I was originally using the planning to use it to pay off some debt.
Weird. Wow, she had like, a lot of money on her. That's a shame.
And as you hold it, you're like realizing it. All those symbols are raised up so you could see it in the dark and mess with it. And then as you're touching it, like each time you touch it, you're like, oh, I know exactly how much is in each one of these. When you touch it with your finger, it tells you, like you feel the number in your head.
That is a really neat coin pouch. I'm gonna keep it.
Okay.
Skin on still, just like trying to find a
Mhm.
pocket to shove it in.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep it safe, I promise. Okay.
Moving
Well-
back to Turgia. So, your next move?
First off, do you have some sort of item I can use to help disguise myself on a more permanent basis? Long-term
Yeah, I can get
basis,
you
I should
some-
say.
Some temple robes, perhaps, or I could send someone for some traveling clothing for you.
That would be helpful.
Your coin purse that you were given had 500 gold pieces in it. It's an
Oh.
appropriate amount for a noble.
At least Aldenor wasn't being cheap. Like he usually does. Quite a bit.
Hmm.
Yeah. My thinking is to lay low for a little while, and let's see what potential suspects do when they realize I'm back when I didn't really burn up in that carriage after all.
So, how do you plan on making sure that you're known to be alive?
Slowly and carefully, and perhaps only to one or two people at a time.
I see.
After all, nobody bothers to assassinate someone they don't know. If I tell someone I'm alive, and then a day later somebody tries to kill me, that's a clue.
I mean, that's usually how it works, I guess.
Yes.
Well, in that case, I wish
I
you
need
the
another
best of
key
luck.
to see his office as well.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
No, but I need to be able to get in and out if I need to use one of the resources or something. He actually, there was a letter in there. He left it to me. He left his things in there to me anyway. The letter's back where I was staying, so I don't have it on me, I'm afraid, but I can produce it for you eventually.
Well, he walks over to a table, pulls out his own key, unlocks it, pulls open a drawer, pulls out another key with a necklace on it, slides it closed, locks the drawer again. This is the key to his office and his desk. Although his desk is unlocked, last I checked. You already rifled through it. We did check what you looked for.
Well, of course I rifled through it, and I mean, I wasn't going to try and keep it a secret that I rifled through it. I was looking
No, of course not. We expected no less. Here you go.
I take it and put it around my neck, and I say, and some robes or some plain clothing, so I don't look quite so, noble.
I shall have my adjutant himself get you some robes.
Thank you. Very grateful.
Yes. I'll have them brought to the office post haste. Size medium?
Better go for tall.
Medium tall. Okay. Some hemming required, but hey, no problem. They'll be there probably in about 10 minutes.
Many thanks.
On your way. Best of luck.
Nothing. I was going to say I head down to Sahir's office.
You open the door. The person outside is, oh, done already? And you
Yes,
move with a
thank
purpose
you.
right by him. And he's like, oh, Okay, yes, so. Anyway, I'll just go back to the front and answer more people who want weird shit at the very beginning. He's takes off. You make your way through the libraries and all the way around to Sahir's office. You unlock the door, you step in, and what are you doing?
Well, right now, is there anything in there I know of that like relates to Sahir, like maybe like older journals or anything like that, or just notes about the Zentarim or anything like that?
No, nothing crazy like that. But you do find a pen with a harp on it.
I curse. I meant to ask the head priest about that again, and I didn't. Little late.
Mm-hmm.
I take the pin and put it in my pocket.
All right. Your dress has pockets?
Of course.
This is a
true
noble, fine
nobles'
dress.
dresses have pockets.
All right. Yeah. Snack pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And anything else?
No, can't think of anything.
The familiar smell of the office almost feels at home, if not for the missing presence at the back of your head about Sahir being there. And almost 10 minutes on the dot later,
I open the door.
robes at your request.
Thank you. I just take them and I sort of slam the door in his face.
You're welcome. And you hear gentle steps leaving the area.
Is it just robes, or is there also like a plain dress or trousers or something?
It's robes.
Okay. Well, I'll take what I can get. I put on the robes over the dress. You never know.
Ooh,
Too much?
that's a lot of dress.
Okay. I take the dress off and put the robes on.
All right.
I don't suppose Seer's flask is in here somewhere. I could use a drink.
As a matter of fact, it is. It's in the bottom right-hand drawer.
Yeah, take that and put it in my pocket too.
Okay.
Yeah. I take a swig, then put it in my pocket, I should say.
It burns. The treacly liquid burns as it goes down your throat.
Yeah.
You feel it almost immediately. Make a constitution check.
Oh, what a moody deal. 9.
You're feeling a little buzz right away.
No. Does it make me feel more alive? Less discombobulated?
I would say less concerned about what people are thinking or how they're thinking about a damn thing, or, you know, how concerned you need to be about, you know, being hidden away.
Is there like a pack in here that I can put my other clothes into?
There is not.
No, or the
You could
try.
shove it under the desk, though. There is a wall closet that would be holding normally his robes and jackets and stuff. It's only half full, though.
Is there like a plainer cloak in there, perchance?
A plainer cloak?
Yeah. Because
A
mine's
plain
very
cloak?
nice.
There is not.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I just bundle up my clothes in as small a bundle as I can and carry them.
You're going to carry fine clothes in a bundle.
Fine, I put them in the closet.
I'm fine. Okay. So you step out,
Lock the door.
and with that we send back to Sim and Rafe. So what are we gonna do with this body? You gonna bury it? Hide it? What are we doing? Because it
Apparently
can't
not
stay here
burying
in the
it.
forum. Before you.
For now, hide it. Yeah, definitely can't stay in the foyer. Bring it back to one of the rooms, and we will see about getting a resurrection. Or we probably have enough to just do raise dead.
Right.
Raise dead.
Bag of holding it goes into. Smells like shit here. We're not leaving that in a room and stinking it up either. Bag of holding. I'll go get one. Right now.
By all means.
Yep. And you see Gherkin go step off. A few moments later, the door opens. Hey, everyone. It's Terry. How's it? Oh. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. What have you done?
What have we done? Why do you think it's us?
Relax, Terry. It was just a little light murder. No big deal.
I'm going to accept this as a part of my new job.
You're such a
Smart.
trooper.
I am learning. And I really don't want a new job.
Well, to be completely fair with you, neither of us did the murdering, so
This time.
that's nice.
That somehow gives me hope. So, who is it?
What is
Oh,
it?
it's Terja.
Just been offed.
We're gonna get her back. It's fine.
But she was so nice to me every time I handed her Maztique and bean juice.
She was nice. Yeah, I'm sure
you
she
gave
was.
her bit Maztique and bean juice first thing in the morning. She was the most cheery-eyed lass you ever saw.
Well, you should be sure to tell her that when we get her back. I'm sure
I
that'll mean a
offered her
lot.
tea all the time, and she said, no, I don't want tea. I hate tea compared to Maztique and bean juice.
It's a very standout trait of hers. It's true.
That's why I keep 3 bags stocked, because I never want to see it pissed.
That's actually really, you wouldn't like her when she's angry.
I am certain of it. Anyone who likes Maztique and bean juice that much has to be a pisser when they don't have enough caffeine in it.
She does tend to get murdery when she's angry.
She can't hear us now, can she? Looking at the body closely.
Probably not.
You sure?
What if you get like really close and see? Maybe if you speak to her, she'll come back to life.
It's
are
not
you
super
sure?
lively, but
All right.
worth a try, I guess.
Terja,
Louder.
are you? How much closer do I need to be?
So close.
This is disgusting.
Don't say that too loud.
He gets down right above where her head is now placed neatly where it used to connect at the neck. He starts whispering in the ear. Terja, can you hear me? Terja, can you hear me? Is it working?
What if, okay, I think I've heard stories like true love's kiss can break someone up. What if you kiss her? It could do it.
There's 2 things here. 1, that's a dead fucking body. 2, I don't love her. Like,
You
no.
knew so much about her. Who could possibly love her more?
Oh God.
I know a few things about love, and that's not it. And frankly, the idea of kissing her dead body repulses me, so I just... Do I have to do this to keep my job?
No, you don't have to do to keep your job. It just would make me really happy is all.
No, come on, no.
Oh, okay, I'll try it. Make a persuasion check. Make a persuasion check.
God.
Hopefully you roll a 26 again or some stupid freaking high number.
8.
You know, I can't do it. I
That's
just
fair.
can't do it.
That's
I can't.
fair.
I
No,
can't
that's
bring
fair.
myself to do it. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. It was pushing it. You're
Mhm.
right. The fact that you thought about it at all, though, you're really a good egg, Terry. Don't let anyone change who you are.
What about Gherkin? What's he thinking about all this?
You're right. We should try to get Gherkin to kiss her, too. You're right.
Wow. Anyway, I gotta go get the
The thing, yeah, that's probably makes sense.
thing for the conference room snack
Yep.
trays and get it ready. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Steps out.
That was great.
I really don't think you should haze Terry like that, but whatever.
You'll get over it. Probably.
Yes, but with Terja.
She's dead. She won't even know. Probably.
Probably.
Okay, what do we gotta go do?
Hey, I'll go with the bag. Door opens.
Oh,
Let's get these
thank you,
pots in
Goten.
there. That's just foul. All the body just, it's like a cross between charcoal bits and soft, overcooked meat falling into pieces in it, like fall off the bone soft in some cases, literally. And it goes into the bag. Closes the bag. Oh, we're gonna need someone to come prestidigitate this rug.
Oh, I can do that.
He's like really good at that.
Thank heavens. I'm gonna go put this in storage. Putting a label on there. Turja.
With a date so it doesn't expire.
She's already expired, lass.
That's good.
All right. Anyway, I'm gonna take it in there. And he goes off and down another hallway and through a door. Back to Turja. Turja, not knowing what's actually happened to everything that's just happened to your body, what are you doing?
I go to the market and I shop for some plain, just clothing, nondescript clothing.
At the market. Okay.
Which is right
So
next
you-
to the Temple of Agma, the market square.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you managed to find yourself clothing. There's most everything you can want. Reasonable traveler's clothing is not very expensive. It's a few gold. When I say a few gold, it's a few gold for several sets plus shoes. And a
And a
number of other
pack.
things.
I need a good solid adventurer's pack.
All right, there you go. That's what gets you up to 2 gold for everything.
And let's see. Then I go.
You have a dagger and a coin purse on you, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Plus a pack now and some traveler's clothes to go in your robes.
I find a place to change out of the robes and into the plain clothing.
Are you gonna go to a bathhouse?
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, they have saunas and bathhouses there. Yeah, all right. So you go to a Revel bathhouse, and oh, we don't normally take people. Yeah, you want a solo room? Oh, well, that's unusual. Not 4 gold for an hour. Fair enough.
That's plenty, thank you.
All right. Then you go in. You change clothes. You wash up if you wish.
Yes.
Okay.
That
You look
part's
exactly
place
the
was
same.
really weird.
Here's the thing. You have even less scars now than you did before. But your tattoo is fresh on your arm.
Well, that lends credence to the clone theory. And after that, I head over to, let's see, probably, let's say the Yawning Portal, and I take a room.
Okay. You head to the yawning portal. You make your way quickly. Your priest robes, what are you doing with those? You leave those
Putting
in your
those
backpack?
in the pack.
You put those in the pack. It fluffs out the pack nicely as opposed to looking like a giant empty pack. You make your way into the yawning portal. You move through the area. You speak to the person at the bar. Durnan is a man of few words and is busy, so you speak to his next best person who can get you rooms. He says, yeah, it's a gold a night. Food not included. Drink not included.
I hand over 3 gold.
Fair enough. Here's your key. Second floor.
While I'm in the tavern, I'm listening for. I was told by the head priest. No, it wasn't. I think it was the head priest that the Zentarian factions hang out here. So I've got my ears perked for any gossip from them.
Okay, so there is a table where you see a person sitting there playing cards with a few other people. And on his lapel, very prominently, is the mercenary symbol for the Zentil Blackguard mercenaries.
Okay. I don't do anything. I don't approach him. I just am looking around for signs.
That's your sign.
Okay.
Occasionally, one of them gets up from the table and goes and orders a drink. A few others who don't have any kind of affiliation or just playing game with him fold their cards, say, "I'm out, good job." He stands up, cordially shakes their hand, expresses that he looks forward to doing business with them later, and they step away.
I go up to my room, and I think for now I'm going to sit on whether or not I'm going to tell Rafe and Cimmerian yet that I survived my own demise.
You open the door to your room, and it is a plain, small room. It has a reasonably plain double bed. It has a desk with basic writing availability and space, a small table to the side of the bed, a small table to eat at, and a couple chairs here and there. It has one window that extends to the outside. It is closed and shuttered. The door closes behind you. You lock it. And with that, we take a 10-minute break. And when we return, we'll find out what happens next on Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction. And we're back, where people are a variety of sanities and validities. So anyway, moving forward, we're going to Sim and Rafe. Midday meal is served. High sun is ready.
I'm starving.
Or actually, it was evening meal. Sorry, dinner.
Well, that's convenient. Let's go ahead and have the meal.
Yep. A few other people come into the room while you're there. A well-armored elven lady, a very heavily armored plate-mailed or plate-armored dwarf, and a tabaxi also come in. The tabaxi is very well layered in a variety of clothing and armors, and carries a harp and a few other instruments with her, strapped to her body. And walking in, they immediately begin partaking in, and they walk around as if they live here, probably because they do.
I haven't met
Rafe
you all
comes in.
before.
Oh, we heard about you guys.
We didn't hear about
Hey.
you.
Well, you met me at the bar at one point. I ran it. But I
dwarf
also
has a
one of the
point.
part owners of WMD. Founding member, if you will.
Oh,
Anyway, what brings you guys here? Heard something about a body.
so yeah, dead body did.
It happens.
Right?
Yeah. Nobody you liked, right?
Getting to
Complicated.
know her still. Yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, I've got my meal. Bye. He shoots out. He's got a big turkey leg in his arm. The
Such
rest
nice
grab their plates. Best of luck.
Settled.
Have a nice day. Take care.
Thank you.
They skedaddle right out.
Goodbye.
Nice and brief. Best sort of people, really.
Yeah, well, they're probably as busy as we are normally.
You think they have a dead body?
Oh, I'm sure they have a dead body somewhere.
So it's more normal than I thought it was. Okay, all right. We technically have two. Okay, so we have the scroll for one. What do
Yeah.
we need for Tertia?
Well, we'll actually need a diamond. Something worth 150. Let's go 500 just in case. 500 gold pieces. Which means we can't actually just acquire one in town, because I'm not going to pay 1,500 gold pieces for a diamond when we can just acquire one. Which means we
Acquire
need
one?
Garlo.
We do need Garlo, so we have to get Garlo first.
Mhm.
Are you saying that we can't do it ourselves? I think we could probably do it ourselves. We're very
Well,
crafty.
somebody has to be the lookout.
That's a good point. Okay, so let's go and get Garlo first. Because it's not like the body's going to get any worse, right?
Right.
And then we can go get the
Um,
diamond.
But we do need a third person. Ooh. I'm going to look around and see if Gherkin's still around. Gherkin, do you know where Terry's going to be today?
Wherever you tell him to be.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, we'll bring Terry.
Terry. Right. Terry
Okay.
liked Garlo a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think Garlo was the one who actually convinced him to come apply for the job.
Yes, and
Best
we need
buds.
at least 3 people who knew Garlo well, supposedly.
No, I mean, that would be you and Sim and, well, not Terja. Well, Luciano could do it.
We could get Lucy. He's very much alive, I think. We could just go to the Bard College, say hi, maybe go to one of their parties first, and then go get Garlo.
But what about some of the other gentlemen who were with you? Vale. Where's Vale?
Anyways,
Where's Vale? Oh, Vale had to go take care of his father. Did we talk about this, Carlo?
That's not Garlo.
I'm not
Er,
Garlo, but I understand you got him on the
Gherkin?
brain. It's all right. Um, uh, fair enough. Well, I mean, everybody's got to take care of family at some point. Fair enough. Well, so Vale's busy. Luciano's around. I mean, I saw
well,
his
he's at
note,
college.
but I mean, he's alive. He's at college. Where's college?
At College
Uh,
Town.
No, Silver
Right.
Moon.
Silvery Moon. Oh, that's a hole. Well, Terry it is. I guess, unless you want me there.
Well, no offense. Aren't you a bit busy for this? Terry, I think we can steal for a few hours. You, I don't think the office would continue to run at all without you.
Well, when it comes to bringing somebody back, you never know. I think I knew him better than Terry did.
Sure. If
We
you'd
want
like
to
to come, you're welcome
maximize our
to.
chances, right?
Certainly.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, I can try, but I worry if I'm not going to know him enough. I mean, I wasn't really with you guys, especially at the end there.
Do you
What's
want to be a
more-
lookout?
Huh?
Just saying, we don't need Garlo for a lookout. If we can, if we need to get Terja first, because she probably knows him as best as any of us. And she's only in a bag. That's a lot closer to Silvery Moon.
Yeah, it's true.
And with that, we're going to go to Turja. Turja, sitting in your room, it is deathly quiet. What are you doing?
Well, now that I've had a chance to think, after having to run around like crazy, after dying in a freak accident, that was probably not an accident, I decide.
Fireballs are never an accident.
I just said it wasn't an accident.
Yeah.
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 I decide I'd better let Sim and Rafe know that I'm alive, but very, very carefully.
Okay. Okay.
So I go out to the market and I purchase some lead-based ink.
All right. Some lead-based ink. Easy enough to acquire. A quill
Yes,
and some parchment.
indeed.
All right.
And then
Well,
I go
sit
to the
down.
Zephyr Post.
And you write a note.
Yes.
And you cast the spell on the note right there.
And to be clear, the thing I wrote down is the nonsense. The spell I cast is the illusion, and only Rafe and Sim can see the illusion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. And you have the note written?
Yes. Do you want me to actually
Okay.
figure out what it says so that like they can read
Oh,
it a
you
little
will
bit?
have to say it when it gets to them.
Okay, okay.
All right. How do you need this delivered? Daytime, nighttime, all time? The purveyor says to you, she's standing there.
Evening. What time is it now?
Dinner time. I can have it do first thing in
Nighttime.
the morning, or I can have it
First
done
thing in the
tonight.
morning. First thing in the morning. I like first
Not
thing in the morning.
tonight.
Yes, first thing in the morning.
Right. Okay. So no owl service then. All right. Fair enough. I'll have it sent out first thing in the morning. Great. All right. Boom. Done. You head back to your room.
Yeah. I have dinner in the yawning portal, and then I go up to my room.
Quiet dinner at a side table by yourself. A couple merry adventurers, of course, shoot their shot, and you, of course, say, "Go die in a fire," and they move on nonchalantly, absolutely not remembering you, and they go shoot their shot with like probably the next three ladies that they see. You walk your way back up to your room. You enter. You close. You lock the door. What are you guys doing that night, Sim, Rafe?
Probably trying to relax. I don't know how successful we're going to be. But with all of the plotting, planning, and dead bodies.
They're piling up.
Okay. So with that, you guys go to bed. It is a nice, quiet evening for you at Whiskey Magic and Destruction, or West Mercantile Diversified. You sleep through the night. Turja, you're hearing the sounds of revelry throughout the place until about 2 a.m, echoing downstairs. And then you manage to slowly drift off to sleep. You all wake up roughly the same time the next morning. It's about 6:37 in the morning. Sun up for you, Turja. For Rafe and Sim, there is no sun. You just naturally wake up. How does Sim and Rafe wake up?
Pretty much the same as usual. I think Sim's getting real good about letting the poor man sleep his full hours.
That's true, because you just kind of like,
Wow, I feel super rested after 4. What if I just lay here with my eyes closed? This is so relaxing.
I mean, it is warm.
There's that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a practice of sitting still.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you wake up the next morning. You get out of bed. Get ready. Turja, how do you wake up the next morning?
Probably very slowly, because though I woke up from some very, very strange dreams.
Yep. Still where you thought you went to sleep last night in your dream.
Yeah. And I basically, I don't really have. I told Sim and Rafe to meet me somewhere in my note, and until that time of the meeting, I don't really have a lot I can do. So I guess I just go down to the yawning portal and I hang out at the tables, eat breakfast, and sort of chill in the common room.
Okay. The common room is mostly quiet this early in the morning. There are staff, a couple, the early staff. They offer a light breakfast fare this early in the morning. Scotch eggs, a few other things. They're not really called Scotch eggs. They're called dwarven eggs there, but that's just what they do there. They have a variety of course, fruits, vegetables, bacons, a morning soup broth with potatoes, leeks, and ham. You eat something that's palatable and quite tasty in the morning. Sim and Rafe have a sumptuous breakfast served on the big banquet table there. As you guys continue to, start your day, a couple people come in. A lone bard comes in, sits down, and on a 3-stringed lute begins to pluck away. A light tune, nothing heavily in the yawning portal, but light. Kind of a little bit of a merry morning wake up, if you will. Sim and Rafe, you've eaten your food. Anything else you're going to do this morning?
Maybe a bit of exercise and then figure out our plan of action.
Okay. What time do you leave the building?
A couple hours after sunrise, probably.
All right. So you step out around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and you're making your way to the first place you're planning on hitting to try to figure out where you're going to get a diamond or set up for Garlow. And as you do, a blue jay comes in. Boom, 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 pokes at Sim for a bit. Boom, 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 pokes at you for a bit, and drops a paper into Rafe's hands.
Oh. I would have expected an owl, but okay, sure.
Say.
Opens up the scroll. The small note says, what does it say?
Rafe, Simmarine, this message is an illusion that only you can read. The true note is nonsense, and that is what anyone else will see if they look at it. Please do not read this note aloud or tell anyone else you have it yet. I don't know an easy way to say this, so I guess I'll just say it. This is Turja. I'm alive. But because I don't know who had me killed yet, I don't want to tell anyone else. So far, you are the only two who know the truth. Meet me at the Temple of Augments, his office, at noon. Don't speak to anyone on the way in, just go to the office. I will meet you inside and explain everything. Oh, and bring my things. Turja.
You got
And I
about
have,
six-
I have my signet ring. There's a stamp there. They might not know that symbol, but I put it there anyway.
It's the ironwork symbol, so no.
Could be anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they did mention Zahir's office. That seems pretty legit to me. And worst case, I mean, what's the worst they're gonna do pretending to be Tertia?
Try and murder us?
I think we are in more winning in that case than losing. I think we'll be okay.
Okay, sure.
I got you. Don't worry about it.
So you're 6 steps outside the office when that bird hits you. Are you going back to get her things?
I might as well. We're close enough.
It would be very petty of us not to at this point, so yes.
Okay. So you go
We're too
into her
far away.
room. Gherkin lets you in. You get her things. A lot of the things that she would normally have worn was left on the bed. And then you have the coin purse, a dagger, and her cloak. Did you have anything else on you that was of immediate need and value?
Well, I'd like my weapons back. Bring my rapier and crossbow.
Yeah, it's on the bed. So it's pretty. It's like a. If Turja was to die but could be alive, the stuff on the bed is what you must bring to her. That's what's on the bed. Okay. It's like she put it there because she knew she'd have to strap it back on at some point to go adventuring.
You never know in this town.
All right.
Yeah.
Pack it all in.
Mhm.
All right, let's go to the temple.
Turja, you are still at the yawning portal listening to a person playing a lute. What are you going to do?
Well, I am just waiting until a little before noon to head over to the temple.
Okay. So about 20 minutes before noon, you step out, you take a dray, it moves you most of the way there, you pop out. Sim and Rafe, what time are you leaving? Or are you fashionably late?
We don't have too much better stuff to do at the moment.
Yeah.
All right. So, Turja, you get to the door, and Sim and Rafe are waiting for you.
About time.
Don't talk, just move.
All right. You unlock the door. You guys step into the office. You close the door behind you, Turja?
And lock it.
And lock it. Okay. So you're all in the office together.
This was the only reasonably safe place I could think of to meet under the circumstances. I'm sorry about the secrecy, but I didn't want anyone else to know yet, including our friend, Ben.
Well, the secrecy is not unexpected. I will say, however, I was surprised that it wasn't an owl that you sent.
Was it supposed to be an owl?
Normally, you get the star points.
I see.
And
Well-
next time you die, to remember to send us an owl.
I'll bear it in mind. Aren't you going to ask why I'm not dead?
No, not particularly. Why?
Oh, why? I thought you died, and I held your body, and it was awesome, but terrible at the same time. What happened?
Wait, why
That
was
she
it
says-
awesome?
Don't worry
As
about
she's holding your things in her arms.
My things. Can I have my things?
it. Oh, yeah, sure.
Let's see. Well, I put the things on Sahir's desk for now, and I say, well, there's something I really haven't been, telling you about myself. My name's not really Nighthawk.
What is it?
Ironwalk. I say this like I just automatically expect them to know who I am.
Full name.
Just to be clear, neither of us are from here. We have no idea what that means.
Lady Turja Ironwalk. Second daughter of Lord Aldenor Ironwalk, one of the noble families of Waterdeep.
I think she's saying she's a byblow.
Excuse me? How dare you?
And you're slumming it with us? What's that about?
Second daughter doesn't mean illegitimate. It just means not first.
Oh, that's what that meant.
Yes.
Oh. Well, I guess that's better.
Well, apparently my father took out some insurance when my sister died 2 years ago. He had clones. I have a brother, a younger brother, and it was my older sister who died, and we don't really have a lot of close relatives, so despite the fact that, well, the reason I don't normally use my real name is because I was disinherited. Despite that, my father apparently either likes me more than I thought, or needed insurance more than he despised the idea of my inheriting anything. So he had clones made of me and my brother, and I woke up after the carriage exploded, not really having any clue what had just happened.
Well, that's convenient. We were going to have to go steal some gems to get you resurrected. Now we don't.
How many clones are there?
I don't know. I didn't ask. My mind was on other things at the time.
Okay. There's only like one of you at a time?
I hope so. Otherwise, it's even more disturbing than it is already.
Like reach out and try to touch your face. Are you
Hey,
the real
stop
one?
that.
So I don't know. How can you tell if you're a clone or not?
I don't know how I could tell if I'm a clone or not either. I didn't know I was a clone when I was a clone, that's for certain.
So you were a clone then, but you're not a clone now. You're really you?
You think so?
I don't
assume
envy you.
so. Let's not think about this. I already had to nip Sahir's flask a few times. I don't want to do that anymore.
But you're okay?
I'm alive, I think.
Well, you seem to be alive. That helps.
Yes. Anyway, the reason I don't want to tell anyone about the fact that I'm not dead after all is because, well, he's not at the top of my list. In fact, he's pretty near the bottom of my list. And I suppose one of the potential culprits who might have killed me was, well, Ren.
Why?
I might have pissed him off the other night.
Why?
I accused him of murdering my sister.
Why?
Because he was her fiancé.
Okay, that answers it.
I don't like any of this. But Ren doesn't seem the type to leap directly to murder.
As I said, near the bottom of my list. And the drug he put in my drink did leave me waking up the next morning. So, again, probably not him. Nevertheless, he did drug my drink. I think there's a possibility that might have done this.
So who's higher on your list then?
The same people who, well, in order of possibility, I suppose it might have been a mistake. I was in a Rosenall carriage.
It's true.
I had just gone to see Esfel before all of this happened. I think I told you, Rafe, I was going to see a friend.
Yes. Yeah. So, no one followed you when you visited Esfel?
I don't think so.
Right. You don't know of anyone who specifically wants Esfel and you dead, right?
Well, if they knew I was in the carriage, they might have wanted me dead. If they thought Essa was in the carriage, they might have wanted her dead. I know no reason anyone would want her dead. It might have been one of
Interesting.
Estel's guards. I used my real signet ring when I was getting into Esfel.
Interesting.
I don't really think that's likely either. The top possibility is whoever kidnapped Sahir also wanted to knock me from the mortal coil as well.
So, related to your mentor again, what exactly are you looking into that makes people want to kill you?
Good question.
Who kidnapped my mentor Sahir? And why?
Right.
And these
related.
discs.
Then what was Sahir looking into that made him a target? Do you know?
These discs. The discs that we found in Mastika and Neverwinter, remember?
Oh. Okay, well then. Oh, then I guess we're all in danger. Oh, no, don't like that.
We might all be in danger, but I'm the one who died. Did anyone attack you?
No.
No, not really.
Then perhaps they're only after me.
That sucks.
Thanks. In the meantime, I've been sort of like going through my things. Is my coin person with the rest of my things, perchance? Summary?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I say, I had a coin purse, small, fancy markings. Have either of you seen it? I look at both of them, but especially Sim.
How much did it have in it?
A few thousand. It was magic.
Yeah, okay. Pull it out. Give it to you.
Much
There's
appreciated.
chunks of skin still attached to it where it's sticky.
Turja gets this really nauseated expression on her face and sort of brushes it off into the wastebasket in Sahir's office.
I'm just saying, that's a lot of money that you didn't tell us about.
I looted thousands off Chet and Roderick. I just kept the purse. Well, originally it was to buy your debt. Well, not buy your debt, pay off your debt, I should say. I'm sorry.
Those are two different things, you're right.
Those are two different things. I apologize.
Okay, well, and then you already paid off my debt anyway, so I guess you can keep it or whatever. It's fine. And you're alive, and we should probably just be grateful for that.
Yes. So your plan is to hide out here forever?
No, I took a room at the Yawning Portal for a few days. I'll probably tell the rest of the organization, Bren and Gherkin and the others, that I'm alive soon, but I'd like a chance to be inconspicuous for a few days. I'd appreciate it if you don't mention this conversation to them.
Sure. Let me just say that faster is better.
Why?
Because we still have your body, and Gherkin is not pleased.
Why do you need the body? Get rid of it.
That's what I've been saying.
Hurry,
It would be a little
burn
bit
it,
suspicious
something.
to get rid of the body right now, when you're still technically dead.
We
Burn
tell
it.
them they couldn't bring her back, so we have to take her to be buried, and then we can just take the body someplace.
Sure.
Maybe Turja's
Oh.
spirit doesn't want to come back. It happens.
Then, Terja, can you pay the burial fee for the City of the Dead? We can bury you. Whichever you want to bury.
We're both dead! In paper, we're both dead. Terja, we have so much in common.
I hand over, what is it, 5
50
gold?
gold.
15 or 50?
50, 50. Unless you're getting the, gold inlay mahogany
50 is
casket
fine.
to be placed into a stone mausoleum.
Yeah,
The
50
Bugatti
is fine.
burial.
Yeah.
Now, is this a burial for Turja Nighthawk or is this a burial for Turja Ironmark?
This is a burial for Turgeon Nighthawk. Actually,
50 gold.
no. Let me think about that for a
50
little
gold.
bit. Yeah. So Yes, tell them you put the body somewhere safe for resurrecting. Don't. It might be easier to just explain my reappearance as a resurrection than the whole clone thing.
Okay. Keep it simple. I like it. Do you need us to look into anything? Or should we stay here? Like, what do you need from us?
I honestly don't know yet.
Okay.
I've never been dead and resurrected before. I didn't plan for this.
I imagine it's quite jarring.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody really plans for this. Not adequately anyway. So
Pause there for a
we'll
moment.
take care.
What was the name of the business that reconstituted you, Turja?
Bart something?
Artemis's Tower of...
Artemis is, I don't remember. What was it?
At Bartimus Tower, we provide reconstitution and backup services for all people. As long as your budget can afford it, we can make sure that you return. No family has to go without ever again. Remember, when you don't want to die and you're willing to pay for it, Bartimus Tower is here for you. You've seen these ads in broadsheet ads before. So that's the ad you just saw. Next up, back to you guys.
Okay.
We really gotta pay to get rid of those ads. Okay, well,
Is there anything you need from me right now?
Oh,
1,000 gold.
Is there anything you actually need from me right now? Oh, no, I can think of something I do need from you.
Huh.
Have you told Ren I'm dead yet?
no, we did tell Gherkin, so
And
I
Terry.
imagine it has trickled down at this point.
Well, tell Ren you know that he was engaged to my sister. That I told you before I died. Tell me how he
Okay.
reacts.
You can't kill him off. We don't have a spare.
I'm not going
Yet.
to kill Ren. But what I want to see is if he thinks... Ask him if he killed me because I accused him of murdering my sister. See what he says.
That could be fun.
Sure. All right. I mean, he's gonna get angry, but sure.
Well, he can't kill all of us.
I don't think that's true.
It would be very hard for him to kill all of us.
I also don't think that's true.
Again, there's no spares of us. You get that, right? It'll be fine. Okay, yeah, sure. We can go talk to him, accuse him that he murdered you after you accused him of murdering your sister, which he did or did not do.
I don't think he did.
Okay.
Do you remember, Rafe, when we met your father, Seychelles, and I asked him who killed my sister?
Oh, right. Yes. Mhm.
And he said a merchant most grey.
I don't actually remember what he said, but that sounds correct.
A merchant most grey. So there were two people who had a bounty on them for Jessia's murder. Jessia Ironwalk. One of them was Ren. Well, no, I'm sorry. Two people put a bounty on Ren. One of them was my father, Aldenor. And then the other one was Lord Greycastle.
Oh,
It's a good reason to put a bounty on another person for murder you come when he's an innocent man.
sure. So, we have to kill Lord Greycastle. Got it.
Well, we can take our time about it. It's not like vengeance. It's not like Jessia's life is depending on it, after all.
Okay. All right. So, we have enough money to bury the body. We are burying Terja Nighthawk, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you need a couple days to finish your investigation, and then you are going to be ready to meet us where?
Meet me here again tomorrow at noon.
Tomorrow at noon. Okay.
Okay. So you guys break off. Turja, where are you? You're going to stay in the office for a bit?
Yeah, I'm gonna let them leave first.
All right. She's going to continue to change into her clothing and equipment. You guys, Sim and Rafe, where do you guys head out for? Remembering that Garlo still has to be resurrected.
Yeah. At this point, I think I would head back to West Mercantile Diversified, try and find Gherkin, so we
Okay.
can go find old Sam and get this resurrection going.
Okay. So you head back. You take a dray. You head back. You make it there. You go up the stairs. You come in. Gherkin is not there at first. He does hear that you came in. Terry steps in. Oh, hello.
Oh, good morning, Terry. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm told I'm needed.
Oh, yes. We're gonna try and get Garlo resurrected, and we need at least 3 people who know him. Well,
I know who he is. He convinced me to come here.
Terry,
Hmm?
what does Garlo like to eat?
Bacon.
All right, and Garlo likes, well, I mean, besides people in general, Garlo has a companion. Do you remember?
No, I never met a companion of his.
So you don't remember the tiny furry thing?
The skunk?
Yes.
Well, yeah. Where is the skunk anyway?
Hanging out with my Tressum.
Oh, that explains the smell.
Right. Sorry about that. I'll take care of it later.
Thank you.
So yes. So you remember that he likes bacon and he has a skunk. That makes you
Yes.
eminently qualified as someone who knows him well. At least as well as anyone else here.
I don't know that. I mean, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
If that's all that's needed, I'm glad to do it. He seemed like such a nice fella.
See, that kind of positive attitude is going to be helpful,
Right.
I think.
Well, I trust you all completely. You would never steer me wrong or make a mistake.
Not when it comes to Garlo, at least.
Yeah. Great. Anything else?
I don't think so.
When and
no,
where?
We have to meet up a gentleman named Sam, who is a priest of Kellumbor, and he's going to help us through the whole process.
Where? When?
As I recall, Sam said tonight, and to meet him where he's staying, and he'll have a place for us to actually do the ceremony. That's my recollection.
All right, sounds good.
Exciting.
I am. I've never done a resurrection before.
Me either.
Oh,
Matter of fact, I
Right,
haven't
yeah.
done half the stuff in the last month that in the last 3 months, I've never done before I got here. You guys are frighteningly scary at how much new things you make me do.
Hey, Terry, you good?
Yes, I may need to speak to someone later, but I'll be all right.
I think they provide
Oh.
those services here. They seem like good employers.
They do. They do. They do.
It's
Clerical
all
and
about
demand
that
services.
positive mental attitude, Terry.
I am positive. I am here for those bennies. All right. Well then, I'll see you all later.
Thanks, Terry.
All right, I'm gonna go back to what I was doing, and you just let me know when you need me somewhere. Just yell for me. I'll hear you unless you're extra dimensional or something.
Okay.
All right.
Have fun.
Take care. The conversation that you just had was in the foyer. The conference room door is closed, as well as the other doors that lead to the hallways to your rooms.
I'll go knock on the conference room door.
The
And then
door
after
opens.
a couple of seconds, wait for it to open.
The door opens. It's Gherkin. You see Rin poring over a few maps or plans to several buildings.
Not to disturb, you're clearly busy. However,
Please come in. I could
Thank
use a
you.
break. Yes. So, have some tea, best you can be,
Sure.
juice, water, booze.
I think a little elven wine is the right choice right now.
You fetch the open wine from the cooler. Yes, sir. Gherkin steps out. A moment or two later, brings in a carafe plus juices and flutes.
So, Ren, not to be indelicate, shortly before Terja was murdered, she told
Terja was
Sim...
murdered. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Gherkin mentioned that, yes. Well, dead. Didn't say murdered, but bad nonetheless. I assumed with a fireball that something bad had happened.
I tend to believe that when something involves a fireball, it's intentional and therefore murder and not an accident. But you could be right. Could be anything. Could have been dragons, for all I know. However, shortly before that, Terja spoke to Sim and I and said that she realized that you were the man who was going to marry her older sister. And her older sister was killed. Do you believe there's some connection?
Well, I can't prove that a murder of her was connected to her sister until we know who the murderer was. One, that tells me that Terja can't keep her mouth shut. And two, yes, all of what Terja told you was mostly true. Yes, to the
be
best of her
clear,
knowledge.
I don't have any interest in your history beyond what you need to tell us in our work.
Well, good for you. Good.
What
Well,
Terja revealed, however, her sister being killed and then her being killed, I'm worried. I'm worried that her associates, including you, could be next.
Well, I would say that your worries are not unfounded. Certainly not. What I would do, if I were you, is, well, and then there's a loud knock downstairs. Are you expecting company?
Possibly the watch. We should probably take this somewhere where the doors are very firmly closed behind us. Gherkin, do you mind?
Yes, I'll take care of it, but if they're inquiring of you, what should I tell them?
Oh, that we're here and we'll be with them very shortly.
Fair enough. I'll invite them into the foyer. Yes, Gherkin, that'll work just fine. And the door closes to the conference room. And
anyway,
down
I feel I have expressed my concerns to the best of my ability. I just wanted you to be aware, that Terja was killed, possibly murdered, and, she expressed some belief that it might be related.
She expressed some concern that the murder of her and her sister might be related.
So, a piece of information that you don't have. When we ventured west, we encountered Deep Seychelles, and he offered us boons. One of the boons he offered was information, and Terja asked who had killed her sister. Now, as you may or may not be aware, the gods are fickle and also not prone to answering any question directly.
Mm-hmm.
But he did say that the person involved in the murder of her sister was a gray merchant, which she took and I am taking to believe means Lord Greycastle.
Well, I'd say Seychelles is a very smart god.
Well, I can let him know you think that, but do we need to be concerned? Should we be looking out for Greycastle's people? Anything that you need us to do immediately?
Well, one, I would keep a low profile. Two, if that is the City Watch, obviously say what you need to say to get them off your back, but sometimes they can prove to be valuable, especially because a fireball was used, and the Order of Magists and Protectors are no doubt involved trying to figure out who cast fireball unlicensed. And especially because it may have been an attempted murder on a merchant. The broadsheets are all screaming about the attempted murder on the Rosnar family and how only a servant was probably killed. Luckily.
I may mention that Terja, and they only know that she is Terja Nighthawk,
Good.
may have had some connection with Greycastle.
Aside from her sister being murdered?
Well, I don't want to admit that, because then that makes it clear who she was.
True story. You're talking about to the City Watch?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So, may point out that she had some dealings with Greycastle, and that's all that I know about that, and her dealings with the mercantile class.
Anything that puts more stress on Greycastle can't be bad, but what is her link to Greycastle at that point?
So when they asked us what she does, or did, we said that she was a freelancer, a problem solver.
Okay. Fair enough. Sure, run with that. See where it goes.
Sure.
I like it.
Sorry to disturb. Thank you for your time.
Just, if you don't mind, can you help me clean these up? I don't want the City Watch to... We need to let them in this room so they feel fancy. But we just roll these up here.
Do you have a cubby to hide these in?
We absolutely do. And you see his roll top desk
up.
open up, and then you see him press a couple knots in different places, twist a knob, and the drawers pop out, or the drawer facings pop out and open up, and there's an extra dimensional chest space inside. He goes, just pop them in there. There we go. And and because it's extra dimensional, not picked up. That's how it works here. All right. There's a knock at the door. So, yes, let them in. And with that, 2 City Watch and a blue-robed individual step in. And there we switch to Terja Nighthawk. Terja.
I forget what my name is.
Terja Ironwalk. What are you doing?
Okay, well, I just left Sahir's office, if I remember correctly. And I am going to go... I'm going to go collect news on what, on the carriage incident, see what rumors are floating around.
You step around and you pick up, you spend the next hour or so, walking, checking your back, checking to see if anyone's following you. No one seems to be. Picking up broadsheets, talking to people in the streets about, did you hear about it? And getting to elicit what they think happened. And all the broadsheets are talking about it and sensationalizing the absolute shit out of it. Anything to sell more broadsheets about the attempted assassination of a noble. We don't know quite who they were trying to kill in the Rosnar family, but we do know that they killed 3 servants, 1 in the carriage and 2 outside. The horses also didn't make it. In the most spectacular explosion ever. The City of Magus and Protectors says that they believe it to be a one-off attack. However, they do remind nobles to be careful and to be mindful of their security. That's what you found.
Okay.
You find yourself standing in the South Ward, right at the border of the Docks Ward.
Were you going to continue with something else?
That's where you're standing for now, looking around. There are some familiar sights there,
Sure.
but what do you want to look for?
Let's see. I decide that I want to check out Esfel's guards. Not actually go up to the guards and say hi and wave at them and ask, what were you doing when that carry ball hit the carriage? But just sort of figure out which guards they were and see what I can glean by like walking past the house, that sort of thing.
Okay, give me 1 second. A halfling walks by in quite fancy dress. Oh, here.
Are we in...
Second here. Trying to find the name of the owner of the Rusty Nails.
Rook. It's Rook.
It's Rook. Well, I recognize that smell anywhere.
I beg your pardon.
Well, oh, I'm sorry, miss. I thought you were someone else.
Who did you think I was?
Someone fancy who came in my club once. Anyway, best of luck. He starts heading toward the Rusty Nail. Cane in hand. Top hat in tow.
Does he look significantly fancier than I've ever seen him before?
He doesn't... He dresses nicely. He's a crime boss.
Okay. But nicely in a sleazy way.
Oh, absolutely.
Just checking. And he didn't look any different than usual.
Nope.
Okay, just checking. You did plant him right in front of you. Did he take anything out of my pockets? Anything like that?
How would you possibly know?
Well, I can search my pockets and see if anything's missing.
Everything seems to be there.
Anything extra in there?
Yeah.
Wow. That would have been a more interesting option. Let's see. I catch the dray back to the north part of town to the
You might want to make a wisdom check real quick there.
Fine. $14.
You know, you don't know much, but you know crime bosses know things and are great sources of information for the right amount of coin. You just watched one walk by. You just happened to be in the area after searching down the various different Broad Street criers in the 3 wards that you hit. Mightn't it be prudent to possibly, shake the tree a little bit and see what falls out?
Sure, why not?
This is the thoughts that went in your head. You're
Okay.
like, fuck it, sure, why not?
Well, I just don't think that highly of Rook. I mean, what are the odds election is something that matters?
Kind of helped you with information last time. Kind of, sort of.
Not really. He didn't have a lot. And yeah, sure, I'll try it.
He steps in. You literally walk right behind him into the club, or the Rusty Nail, the shitty ass place that it is. A large half ogre stands at the door, big club. You walk right in. There are 3 dudes passed out on the bar. There are people playing cards, even this early in the day. Drunk off of their asses. 6 guys are singing around what's left of a piano that still plays flatly. And Rook is in the back corner at his VIP space, which is a very VIP. He's eating lunch.
I guess I'll just be direct. I walk up and I say, mind if I join you?
Do we know each other?
I heard you're a man who can, get out certain information for the right price.
Have a seat. You have my ear.
I'm being paid by a unnamed party to look into. I don't suppose you heard anything about the carriage explosion yesterday?
Who hasn't? It's all over the news. The broadsheets are going crazy over it. Anything to sell a few more broadsheets, huh?
Well, these people aren't interested in broadsheets or sensationalism. They're interested in facts.
Well, okay. So what's the question they're asking?
Well, they want to know who did it.
Well, I mean, that's going to be pricey.
You're saying you know the answer?
I'm saying that if the answer were to come forth, it would have a price. What would your uninterested yet interested parties be willing to pay for such information?
Oh, I never said they were uninterested. I said they were anonymous.
Okay, so coin talks, bullshit walks. What are you offering here?
I slide 2 gold to the other end of the table. And I say, first off, is there any reason to give this to you at all? Do you have anything that's worth my time?
I have some better than average rumors on this, and I will tell you, it ain't 2 gold cheap.
This is just earnest money.
He slides his lunch back and leans back. He goes, I understand that you're new to this, apparently. So let me explain. I'm the boss here. I'm not cheap. I'm not some 2-bit crook walking the streets. Those guys work for me. So what is it you really gonna pay me for some kind of potential information here? Just name your number. Don't throw the coins out yet.
20.
Ha! Ha! You want me to sell my soul out for 20 gold for somebody who's flinging fireballs in the heart of the city? You're mad.
Fine. What is your price?
200 gold. Period. And that's just to get you the first part.
Done.
Show me the money.
Show me a place we can speak privately.
This is it.
I take a bag out that I pre-prepared because I knew this would cost way more than 20, and I slide it over.
Plus another 20.
Don't be an ass.
Slide your coins back.
You're really going to push it this far, are you?
I like money. You like money. More importantly, you like information.
I sigh and I hand over the last 20.
Pleasure doing business with you. There's a rumor of another crime boss moving into town. He's working with the Zentarum. The problem is the Zentarum are fighting with each other. There's the guys who are fighting for the old guard who are still working out of
Wouldn't
wherever
happen
the
to
hell it is.
Manchun, would it?
What's that?
Manchun?
Yeah, Manchun the Malevolent. You heard about him?
Let's have encounter.
He's the new crime boss.
I thought you said he was the old crime boss.
No, the old crime boss is now the Paragost. Manchun was the old crime boss before that.
So Manchun's the old crime boss and the new crime boss? How does that Look, exactly.
You must be new here, so let me start off. Manchun, well, there's more than one. Apparently he's a very bad dude. Very powerful, too. And at one point, he pissed off the wrong people. And there was a great catastrophe as he was killed. What they didn't know is he had an army of clones set up so that as he was killed, a new clone would form and he would come back, right? Who does that shit? I never would. I think the idea of coming back as a clone is disgusting, but that's just me. Only one of me, all natural, right? So, anyway, something went wrong. All the clones got activated at once. All of them tied to him somehow. And clones being clones of Manchun, and because Manchun is what we call a grade A asshole, they all decided to fight each other all at once. Now, a few of the smarter ones kind of made off or escaped. I don't know how many made it out. I don't even know how many are left. That's not my concern. What I know is one of the clones is now in the city. And it's one of the few wizards powerful enough and ballsy enough to drop a fireball in the heart of the city without using a proxy moron to do so. So, the other crime bosses in town? Not really their style. The Xanathar Guild? They don't do that kind of stuff. My guys, the hard cheeses, we don't do that kind of stuff. Zentarum? Well, they don't usually do that kind of stuff, which is probably why there's two groups fighting. The old god for the Paragost and the new god for the Manchun the Malevolent.
I'll have to remember. I had to give you more credit than I originally did. You knew that was actually worth 200 gold. Congratulations.
Good. Best of luck finding him. And with that, we switch back to Sim and Rafe.
Oh. Hello,
yes,
gentlemen.
Yes. Mr. Ben, if we could ask if we could have some privacy with these two, I would greatly appreciate it. Oh, yes, by all means. Just ring the bell if you need anything. Officers, please feel free to have some refreshments if you wish. No worries. That's very kind of you, sir. And then he leaves and closes the door. So you probably already know why we're here.
You have questions. You want to know if either of us knows the fireball spell, and you want to know where we were last night around the time that the carriage incident occurred, correct?
Well, we know where you were. You were at the scene not long after, anyway. We know you came from the south. A few witnesses reported that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't think you're suspects.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we already did some scrying. You're not suspects.
Okay.
That being said, we do want to know more about your friend. And because the Rosnar family said that it was someone else that was in the carriage.
Who?
Yeah, no, we covered that. Our friend, Terja Nighthawk.
Right. Well, the guards say it was someone named Ironwalk. Terja Ironwalk.
Who?
Well, the Ironwalks would have been a noble family. Well,
Could have been a
is
working
noble
alias.
family. Nonetheless, it's probably better if Ted explains it. Ted? And the other gentleman with them stands up a little bit in his blue robes. Order of Magus and Protectors. Ted Sokolowski. Pleasure
Nice to meet you,
all
Ted.
of you. Well, ski is with two E's. So, how much do you know about An evil wizard named Manchu.
Nothing. I think.
Out of character, I know Rafe has heard the name, but I don't know that Rafe would actually connect anything to the name other than evil wizard.
There was the documentation that went back and forth that had the symbol.
So, interesting. We ended up running afoul of some mercenaries, and after they tried to kill us and failed, we intercepted some correspondence that mentioned a Manchun. I can't actually remember what we did with it.
Just on the off chance, when was this and where was this?
Would have been almost a year and a half, 2 years now, something like that. South of here, near Daggerford.
Daggerford was like 6 months ago.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, sorry. 6-7 months ago.
In Daggerford.
Near Daggerford, yes.
Near Daggerford. Was this like? What was the purpose of these mercenaries? Were they security for a group? Were they shaking you down?
I believe they were hired security. Yes, they were.
Interesting.
But
okay.
they, a lot of them have side hustles.
And what makes you certain that these mercenaries were associated with Manchu? You said some documentation?
Yes. After they attempted to ambush us, we ended up in possession of some of their paperwork, and it did include a mention of this Manchun. And it looked like, if I remember correctly, Ben, do you have some paper you wouldn't
Ben's
mind me
not there.
sketching on? Oh, I'll look around and see if there's any paper
Oh, there's
available.
parchment available. Yeah, there was some.
Yeah, pull it out, grab a pen, and sketch out the Zentarum symbol.
The M with the snake across it.
Yep. And this was on
pretty
the
close facsimile
parchment.
December. Yeah.
And also, all of the mercenaries had tattoos that matched this symbol.
I see. And your friend Turja, was she working with them, or was she part of your group when they got stopped?
Turja was with us before this happened, and I will not claim any real intimate knowledge, but as far as I can tell, she does not possess a tattoo, or did not possess a tattoo of this nature.
But she was with you when the ambush occurred?
Yes.
Okay. Have you had any other dealings with the Manchun mercenaries?
Well, not as I can recall, no. We've actually been quite far away for the last few months.
And no other dealings with the Zentarum mercenary groups at any other locations?
We did. I'm going to turn to Sim. We did negotiate with them once on the prospect of guarding our journey north to Neverwinter, but we ended up choosing a different group.
There.
That's
Probably
familiar.
a smart move.
Yeah. They claim to be professionals, as far as that goes.
And just for fullness of this, can either of you cast Fireball?
No.
Best I can do is Thunderstep. Sorry.
I see. And do you have any idea what Turja's next of kin would be?
She never really mentioned family. Thinking back on it, the only time she even mentioned family was at that inn, and she mentioned a friend of her sister's. And that was all she said, I believe.
And the friend of her sister's didn't have a name.
I can't recall. I'm sorry.
That is too bad. Have you already arranged for her burial?
Yes, we have acquired the gold pieces to get a spot in the City of the Dead, and we are intending to bring the body there soon.
Great. Well, we would like to, prior to that, do a speak with dead spell. We have clerics en route. Can you bring us to the body?
Sure. One moment, and I'll open the door and lean out and say, Gherkin, can you get the bag that has Terja's body in it?
Yes, sir. And you see him step out, and the door closes, and you turn around and you see them go. You put your friend's body in a bag.
Oh, a bag of holding. Preserves the body and limits the smell.
To be fair, I mean, the City Watch look horrified, but the city of the Order of Magus and Protectors member is just like, yeah,
Seems legit.
seems legit. Adventurous. Duh. Yeah. Well, excellent. They should be here in about 10 minutes. And even as he says that, there's a knock downstairs at the door. Switching back to Turja.
Oh,
That was great. So, anything else you want to know?
no, I don't think so. I think we're good.
Oh, okay. Well, if you need anything else for a small fee, of course, I am happy to do my best to provide information. And of course, I'm always excited if you were to bring me information, especially on the comings and goings of merchant vessels, merchant wagons, locations of tradesmen who have just a little too much on their shelves. Whatever you can arrange for me.
I'll think about who I don't like.
I would really appreciate you bringing me the names of the people you don't like with too much time on their hands.
Too much time on their hands?
Yeah, too much time to figure out who just helped you remove some of their things from them.
Well, I'll bear that in mind. Have a good day.
Best of luck to you. And you step up. You swear the guy in the booth behind you just pissed himself. And then you walk your way out of this foul-smelling place. The minute you get out the door, you realize just how much that place had a stink to it.
Physical and psychic. Yeah. Let's see. Well, that confirms pretty much my first and top guess over who tried to kill me. So I think I am going to head over to Sahir's office and think about this for a little while.
And ponder you do.
Yeah.
Back to Sim and Rafe.
Yes, where is the body?
Please bring in the bag.
Oh, that's nice. Where are we doing this at?
Do you have a preference
Please
for where
not
we
on the
unload?
table. Please not on the table.
Can we do this on the foyer carpet by chance? That's a very clean carpet, by the way.
You know what? Let's roll up the carpet and do it on the floor there.
Fair enough. So he lets you roll up the carpet. You turn the bag inside out.
Oh, it's still juicy. That's that's fragrant. Okay. Let's begin. Can you kind of move the head back toward the shoulders instead of the knee?
Sure, no problem.
Thank you.
And This priest of Lathander begins reciting a variety of things, working his symbols and arcs, calling down the sun god, and nothing happens.
This is very strange.
What's going on? Nothing seems to be happening.
Yes, I know. It's not talking.
It's been a few years since I went through the lectures on this particular spell, but doesn't the corpse have to be intact?
No, there just has to be a jaw still attached to the skull. I mean, you could do this on a skeleton. It'll still work. But this is very much a quandary. It's like it doesn't want to talk.
She wasn't really chatty in life either.
Really? I've never had this happen before.
People are watching. It's easy to get like nervous or whatever.
I am a little nervous.
Yeah, I can
You're
tell.
kind of intimidating.
First time or?
And no, I've done this like, they pay me to do this like once every 2 weeks here. It's
Well,
like
hey,
just part
guy.
of the investigative process.
Just gonna come over,
But-
like put a hand on his shoulder. You're doing really good. Don't worry about it. That's
Thank
not
you.
everybody.
That reinforcement really is helpful. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
Why is your friend pointlessly tall?
Just grew that way.
Oh my gosh, what kind of food did they feed that guy?
You know, height doesn't matter. You'll find someone. It's okay.
I'm sorry, but I've done all I can. The body doesn't want to talk, and the Order of Mages and Protectors is like, I don't know what to do next. I think, okay, you can put the body away. We're just gonna assume that they have nothing to say. Very odd indeed. I'm gonna have to do some research on this one. Perhaps the body was destroyed in a way that resists magical abilities. Yeah, I couldn't possibly have messed this up. I don't know what could have happened. I mean, I got components into these magics that call on the demon of the sun god. Yeah. I mean, the light didn't come on, but that usually tells me the spell isn't working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You shouldn't feel too bad. I've never had any real success casting spells on her either.
Oh. So there's a common theme with her. She's not a chatty Cathy, and spells just don't seem to stick, huh?
Just a unique being we mourn.
Well, you can put her away now. It's smelly enough as it is. I'm sorry,
sure.
sir.
Okay,
No worries.
well then I guess we're done here. We really appreciate your time. Of course, bury your friend. If anything else comes up, we may come back and ask more questions, but we are concerned.
No, absolutely, sir.
If you see anything, or if mercenaries start poking around, you'll let us know, right?
Worse.
If we see any more of those mercenaries, you'll be the first to know.
Well, they're about 3 steps from being kicked out of the city at this rate. Remember, keep the blood off the streets.
Well, I also like to keep it off the carpets, too.
See what you're saying there. They all put on their hats, and they say, best of luck. We'll see ourselves out. And down they go.
Good day, gentlemen. Good luck.
The door closes. Gherkin comes up. It took him long enough. I'm going to go get a mop. Do you want to put that away?
Yeah, certainly. Do you want to mop this? We can just magic it away.
I'll take the easy way out. You guys go ahead and knock that out. I'm gonna go barf in a bucket, and I'll be back later. That's just foul smell. Oh,
Sure, no
course.
problem.
that bag of holding really sealed in the freshness, if you will.
That's what it does, I guess.
Oh, you can't start. I'll start.
At that,
So yeah. Gonna clean up.
as you get that done and you put the body in, you see the door that was ajar in one of the hallways open all the way. And leaning up against the door is Ren. Well, that went
Well.
well.
But as well as could be expected, I was surprised they wanted to know about this Manchun character and the Zentarum, but sure. Sounds
I've
like
never
they have a
tussled with him.
suspect.
I've dealt with the Zentarum. They're on my short list of people that I hate the most, but mostly they keep it business. Manchun changes things, probably. I wish you best of luck. Keep me informed if there's anything I can do.
Certainly.
Yeah. Back to work. And he goes back into the cauldron, grabs his papers, begins poring over these floor plans.
I'm trying to remember out of character. Do we have the discs at West Mercantile Diversified?
I think they're at the temple.
So we brought them to the Temple of
We left
Lagma?
them at the
Yeah,
Temple
for-
of Agma.
to be secured.
Yep. Okay, good. Yeah. I was just thinking that through. I was like, oh. Did we leave them here? No. Okay, good. Well, now that we've done things that are disgusting and really gross, let's go ahead and actually take care of this body.
Yeah, I guess.
So I'll grab the bag of holding, and we can head off towards the City of the Dead.
Okay. And when you get there, you pay the 50 gold, and you are able to have it buried at a plot. An open
And
plot.
Turja
small
Nighthawk
one.
is put to rest.
And Turja Nighthawk's body is put to rest with a tombstone that says Turja Nighthawk on it.
Yep.
And with that, we will stop. And when we come back next week, we will see what happens next with the resurrection of Garlo on Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction.